Have you ever worked with a difficult person? Difficult people. Well, look, if you're a human being and you're alive and you're on the same planet as I am, yes, you have. Difficult people present themselves quite frequently. And I want to talk about pulling them into the same sphere of safety that you need to be in so that people can work together as teams. The team scenario that I'm often in is I'm coaching a sales team for a sales pitch, an interview, orals presentation, sales pitch, whatever you want to call it. And we got to get everybody on the same page. When I go into meetings, I start with a very friendly, positive attitude. I believe that everyone is awesome and everybody's valid. And I keep my feelers out for the difficult person. And they're pretty easy to spot because they tend to invalidate others. They're overly assertive. They bring an aggressive energy that will shut people down. And suddenly you'll notice that people aren't sharing their ideas as much because they don't feel like getting stomped on. Well, I just found my difficult person. I also just look for people who have just seemingly more power than anyone else in the room for whatever reason. Maybe they're the owner or the owner's relative. Maybe they have a high rank. It doesn't matter. Some people have a perceived rank. Whoever they are, I watch for them, and I watch to see what effect they're having on others, and I listen internally to see if I feel a little bit shut down, because I'm vulnerable to all this stuff too. And what I do is when I spot the vulnerability of somebody in the team, or I spot the over-assertive or the difficult person, I affirm them. I'm not going to affirm them on what shouldn't be affirmed. I'm going to affirm them on what's right about what they have to say. They might be a little off-putting, but there's something right in there. There always is. And I'm looking for that. And I'm going to grab it and verbally to the team, I'm going to affirm that so that they see I represent them well. Step one in winning over a difficult person is to communicate and demonstrate that you will represent them well, even if they disagree with you. Pretty soon, they're not as scared of you. They don't feel as threatened by you because you keep reinforcing an aspect of what they said. Now, at a point, you can then also take them to the mat. You can point out what's not right in the process of having pointed out what is right about what they say. Or what's more likely the case is they just shut down someone else. They invalidated somebody. So what you do is you go in as the protector of the person who was just invalidated. You say, hang on a second, I want to reinforce something you said to the positive. Now I want to talk about what they said. And I'm either going to take them to the mat to either point out that, they shouldn't be shutting that person down, that their idea is valid, or better, I'm going to connect what's right about their perspective into what's right about the other person's. The goal is to create a place where you're putting together the various good ideas into one place. That's the reason you have a team, right? Otherwise, you just do what the one person says. Then you have a dictatorship or just a one-person show. So you affirm them. You show them that you will always make them look good. And that gives you the right to have some critique. And then you defend, hopefully somewhat invisibly, the other people in the room by affirming for them. If they need affirmation, they just got shut down, I'm going to affirm them. That's awesome. Now, this is really important. Now, it may seem like it clashes, but let me show you how it doesn't clash. I'm going to make the connection between their idea and my idea and the other person's idea. So simply put, the way I work with difficult people is by affirming them, protecting their ego, demonstrating that I will make them look good to the group. And then in affirming them, I can then also counter them. And third, I watch for others who are shut down or made to feel vulnerable by the difficult person, and I protect them at my own expense sometimes. I'm going to go out on a limb and be the one to protect whoever was vulnerable with the goal of connecting the dots between their ideas, the part of them that are good, the other person's ideas, the part of them that are good, and my own ideas, the part of them that are good, because that's what we're trying to do. So difficult people are actually just vulnerable people. They're defending themselves and their own fragility by going on the offensive. So hey, take care of them too, and you can take the difficult person and make them a little easier.